Nestlé was formed in 1905 by the merger of the Anglo-Swiss Milk Company founded by Henry Nestlé in 1866. There are several Nestlé business strategies. First, Nestlé products are created through innovation and transformation while balancing regional manufacturing lines and activities. Second, Nestlé offers the greatest food for any time of days and all stages of life. Nestlé's major goals is to provide people with the best product they may possibly require wherever they may be, and their catchphrase is good food, good life. Since 1912, Nestlé has been a well-known brand in Malaysia. Its mission is to use the power of food to raise everyone's standard of living, both now and in the future. First, I will explain about trend analysis in Nestlé company in terms of liquidity ratio. The company shows the fluctuating trend in current ratio and also quick ratio. The highest ratio is in 2021 for both ratio compared to 2019 and 2020. Whether in the net working capital, all those years have a negative value. A negative value indicates that the firm is not really liquid and does not fulfill its short-term obligation if payable at once. This shows that Nestlé operating assets are paid by the current liability for the half.
Next, activity ratio. Based on the graph above, we can see that for inventory turnover, 2019 was the highest year compared to the 2020 and 2021. The graph has been decreased for the 3 years. Then, average collection period has fluctuated graph when it is decreased in the 2020 but increased in the 2021. Meanwhile, fixed asset turnover also has fluctuated graph. The graph dropped to 3.26 times in 2020 from 3.6 times in 2019. But the graph shows that it increased to 3.29 times in 2021. Then, for total asset turnover, 2019 was the highest year that has asset efficiency to generate cash and sales compared to the 2020 and 2021.
Next, leverage ratio. For debt ratio, in 2019, Nestlé company debt ratio is 67.18%. In 2020, the debt ratio is 72.68% and 61.39% in 2021. The lowest debt level after 3 years is in 2021, while the highest debt level is in 2020. The debt-to-equity ratio for Nestlé company has been less than 1 for the past 2 years, 0.27 in 2019 and 0.47 in 2020. The debt-to-equity ratio for 2021 is more than 1, which is 1.59 times. For term interest earned between the 3 years, 2020 has the lowest capability with 24.21 times and 2021 has the highest capability with 37.13 times. Overall performance, the leverage position is unfavorable. Nestlé company is less stable and needs a more organized strategy in debt management. However, they have a higher ability to save their interest payment.
Next, I will explain about profitability ratio of Nestlé company. The gross profit margin in 2019 is growing with 37.58%, but it falls to 36.32% in 2020. Gross profit margin for Nestlé continued to fall to 34.15% in 2021. The operating profit margin falls from 32.12% in 2019 to 25.33% in 2020 and continues to decrease in performance of their operating profit margin in 2022 with only 25.19%. The net profit margin NPM also decreased from 12.19% in 2019 to 10.21% in 2020. But then in 2021, it decreases marginally to 9.94%. Next, the highest return on asset of Nestlé is in 2019, which is 24.68%, and the lowest is in 2021 with only 19.09%. Last but not least, return on equity. The highest return on equity of Nestlé is in 2019, which is 101.20%. Overall, Nestlé has efficient management in utilizing their equity base and better return for investors in 2019.
For earning per share ratio, we can see that Nestlé Group showed the declining trend from 2019 until 2020. In 2019, the ratio was 2.87 ringgit. In 2020, it was 2.36 ringgit, and in 2021, it was 2.42 ringgit. That means for every 1 share of common share, The company can earn RM2.87 profit in 2019, RM2.36 in 2020 and RM2.42 in 2021. In market value ratio, Nestle showed the increasing and declining trend from 2020 to 2021. For the year 2019, the ratio is RM50.87. For 2020, it was RM58.8 and for 2020, it was RM55.51. The performance for Nestle is getting better from 2019 to 2020, but a bit lower from 2020 to 2021. That means for every RM1 of earning per share, they can gain 50.578 income in 2019, RM58.86 in 2020 and 55.21 in 2021.
Lastly, as for the conclusion for Nestle and PBB Group, or PBB Group has a higher level of liquidity than Nestle, this indicating that it has a greater ability to convert asset into cash. Hence, Nestle has a lower earning per share ratio than PBB and a higher market value ratio. In terms of that, activity ratio for Nestle product sold out faster than PBB Group. Besides, PBB Group have a greater ability to meet their short-term obligation and has more available cash. By comparing it together, Nestle is more too efficient in managing their assets, generating sales, and generating cash. As a result, PBB Group must develop and raise its sales in order to create cash. Lastly, Nestle can improve its performance in several areas, including profitability and activity ratio. They also need to grow their sales and make their product available to everyone. Therefore, in order them to compete with companies such as PBB Group, Dashidi, Farm Fresh, and others, they must also be inventive.